All right, we're going to go over the nursery and toddler volunteer description. Now, the nursery is run by our nursery director, Brittany Griffin, and you will report to her on any issues or conflicts with scheduling or anything like that. You will report to Brittany. Now, if there is ever an issue that you feel like needs to be addressed, that either Miss Brittany can't help you with or anything of the sorts, you can always come to me as well. I can help with any of those issues as well. Anyway, so let's jump into it. The descriptions, I'm just going to read through it really quick, but also this will be attached in any intro emails that you guys get. We would like for you to be in the nursery 15 to 20 minutes before service starts. We have had many volunteers that come in right as service starts, which isn't a huge deal when there's somebody in there, but it does cause a little bit of anxiety for the kiddos who are already in there, and every time that door opens, they think it's a mom or dad outside of the door, and then it's not, which can cause a lot of meltdowns and a lot of issues. So having the teachers and the volunteers in the room at the time when the child enters the room, so they know exactly who they're dealing with, there's no cause for anxiety, there's nobody coming in and out other than children. It just helps a whole lot keep the peace in the room. So if you can, please at least 15 minutes before service starts, check in and be in the nursery. There are rules and regulations that are posted on the walls. We want you to greet every single parent. That is very important. If a parent comes up to the door to drop off their child and you're not making eye contact, or you're busy on your phone, or you're busy in doing anything else, even if it is something related to the nursery, it's still hard for a parent to want to drop off their child with somebody that seems uninterested in knowing who they are. And please forgive the 2-year-old playing the guitar next to me. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we always want to ensure that children are checked in correctly. Currently, our check-in system is down. We're in between 2 systems, but as soon as that is, you will be trained on that as well. Always respect every child. That should be obvious, but there's a lot of people that believe that children, especially the young ones, they just have to do whatever I say. Which, yes, it's true, you are in charge, but a child's still a human being, and we need to treat them with the same respect that we would expect for them to give to us. Always try to understand the issue from the child's point of view, especially with the toddler. We all know this whole terrible twos thing. Luckily that not many of our 2-year-olds are absolutely terrible. But always try to understand it from their point of view. I've heard a joke a long time ago about a kid whose balloon started flying away, and the kid was having a full-on meltdown, and the dad's like, "Why are you freaking out? It's just a balloon." And he equated it to that man's wallet just flying away and how he would react if his wallet just up and flew away. It's the same thing. Kids don't think of the things that we see as important, but they have very important things. A toy that they're holding is very important to them. If it gets taken away, they will have a meltdown. So it's just about, seeing it from their point of view, which I know seems silly, but trust me, it makes everything so much easier. Engage with the children in positive and Christ-like interactions. What I mean by that is a lot of these kiddos hear negativity all day long. I have a rule with my kids that I speak 2 good things for every bad thing that they hear during a day. That doesn't mean that after I correct them, they immediately get 2 compliments, but I try and keep a mental track of every single time that I have to correct them. 2 times later that day will give them some sort of encouragement. 1, it helps me to keep a positive mindset towards the kids, and 2, it helps for them to keep a positive mindset towards themselves. Play with and watch all children attentively. Do not get distracted by phones or your friends. Now, we all love to socialize at church, but when you're volunteering, especially in the nursery, I need you to be completely in the nursery. Now, when people come by, of course you can say your hellos. Obviously, we don't want you to ignore anybody, but your first priority is those children. So please make sure that they are the priority, they take priority, and you play with them. Kids, they're not in there to just be watched. If they are having any sort of anxiety, it's okay for you to hold them. It's okay for you to play with them. Get on the floor and play blocks with them or anything like that. We just encourage you to actually get in and play with the kids as well. Feed any and all children with the necessary and when necessary and or at snack time. Obviously, I'm talking more about babies if they need their milk. Just make sure that you talk with mom about that first. Check and change diapers throughout service. Check all children 15 minutes prior to service ending. We don't want any kids to be picked up by mom with a dirty diaper. That is one of the biggest pet peeves of mine, is when I pick up my kid from anywhere and have a dirty diaper. Mainly because I don't know how long their diaper has been dirty, and I don't know when the last time you even checked them is. And to me, that's a personal thing, but I want to have that same sort of respect for other parents as well. Check guardian receipts when the kid gets picked up. We have had this issue so many times where a more well-known child, such as my own, gets picked up by somebody that's not me or my husband. Now, I have a few people that are very, it's made very clear that they are allowed to pick up my children, but I do not ever want to see my child or anyone else's child being picked up by somebody who does not have the guardian receipt or does not have verbal permission from the parent. Because we have too many kids that are well known in the church that will go into the nursery, and if the mom does not give verbal or written permission for another person to pick up their child, then that mom doesn't know where her child is, and that's not okay. We have to be aware of those issues and only give the child to the person that dropped the child off. Do not leave until every child has been picked up. Now, I know that sometimes we do have longer altar calls and parents do take their time to come pick up their kids sometimes, but that is part of the volunteer role. If you have somewhere to be, that's fine. Just communicate that before service. We don't leave while pickup is happening, because once again, it causes anxiety for the kiddos, and it causes anxiety for the nursery director or the other volunteers that are in there, that they now have to be responsible for all the cleanup, all the pickup, and all of the kids that are left in the room. Please check for damage on any toys or any of the furniture or structure in the room, just to, we want to report that. We want to report that to maintenance and or get rid of the toy that's broken. And then any incidents that happen during the service, please report to either Brittany or to myself so that we can make sure to address it with the parent. And that's pretty much it. Another rule is that we have to have anybody that's in the nursery has to be 16 years or older to serve. We do encourage 16 and up to help, but they have to be at least 16 years or older to be in the room as a volunteer. So if you have any other questions, please comment or email me, and I will be happy to answer.